Trump has anybody liking him is almost a miracle given the news, right? Thank God for Fox News. Social media cuts both ways. Google is not our friend. Facebook's not our friend. So if you're a conservative, here's what you got to watch out for down the road. How do we get our message out? You can't turn on the news or pick up a paper without Donald Trump have done something terrible. If he cured cancer tomorrow, the headline would be, thousands die before Trump cures cancer. This is where everybody becomes important. You got to talk to your neighbor and your friends about what's really going on out there. If the squad is the face of the Democratic Party, I like that. I don't think this country is going to go down the road that they're charting. Every day that they speak is a good day for us. Israel's not the problem. It's the people around Israel that want to wipe them off the map. That's the problem. The judges that they would pick are designed to do things you can't do at the ballot box. Why do they want to expand, Marianne, the Supreme Court? Because the 9 are not enough. Because Gorsuch and Kavanaugh are a backstop. They are now a conservative majority, and they know they can't win at the ballot box, so they want more judges to do things they can't do through democracy. They accuse Trump of changing America. Why do they want to get rid of the Electoral College? They're telling everybody in this room to go to hell. Because you're hardworking rural Americans, and they want New York and California to decide who the next president is. They want more judges that they can pick. So this is a very big deal. Here's what I think. I think Trump is going to clean their clock. Yes. I really believe it.
Senator, I know you're familiar with the term fruit of the poisonous tree. These warrants from the FISA court all came down as, and everything that followed from Russia to General Flynn and everything came down based on erroneous and wrong information. I know we're waiting for the report to come out from the IG's office, and hopefully it's going to address all that. But what's going to happen to all those people that were damaged from it?
Good question. So if I were president, which I'm not, I tried, and if I had 99% more support, I would have made it. The fruits of the poisonous tree says that the court system cannot accept evidence tainted. Now, Flynn was a process crime. They set him up. He openly agreed to an interview in the White House, and they set the guy up. I hope the president will look at General Flynn when Horowitz comes out and say, maybe you're the victim of people who got out of control. Papadopoulos spent a week in jail. We spent all this money, a week in jail. You know, Manafort had nothing to do with anything about running Trump's campaign. So what I hope will happen is that people who did lie to the FISA court, that they're held accountable. If the FBI director certified on 4 separate occasions that the dossiers are reliable enough to get a warrant, how could he have told the president in January 2017, here's the document, the dossier, we don't know if it's true or not, we just want you to know about it? How could those two things exist together? Was there an effort by the CIA to plant people in Trump's campaign when there was no good faith basis that they were actually working with the Russians? Did Obama know about it? Are there any rules in the future that we need to establish to make sure political campaigns can't be subject to being interfered with by law enforcement? Do we need to change our FISA laws to make sure people don't lie in the future? That's my job. The one thing I can promise you is that we're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to hold people accountable, because this is scary. Did they have a meeting about wiring somebody up to take the president down after he was elected? Was there a real effort to invoke the 25th Amendment? The reason nobody's talking about it but us is the media could care less because they're trying to get Trump and they want you to get him. It's about the outcome, not the process. If all of this had happened to a Democrat, they'd be burning the town down. Can you imagine what would be on the news tonight if the acting Attorney General sat down with the acting FBI Director and openly talked about bugging the White House? And there were a Democrat in the White House? Can you imagine what would happen to us if we hired somebody to go get dirt on a Democrat that was a bunch of garbage? So the reason you don't hear anything about it is they're so in the tank. The New York Times said, well, the Russia thing didn't work, so the new narrative is racism. So somebody taped a town hall meeting where the New York Times is openly talking about campaigning on the issue of racism against the president. The one thing I can tell you about this president, he's a street fighter. You can be black as coal or an albino. If you like him, he likes you. If you don't like him, he's coming after you. He's equal opportunity. When the Pope said we need to build bridges, not walls, Trump said, well, why are you living behind a wall? So if he'll go after the Pope, he'll go after anybody.
Senator Graham, I want to thank you for our time.